Hello and welcome back. This is Monday, January 29th, and welcome to episode 28 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where we shiver in the desolate cold of the beginning of the year gaming wasteland.
Brr, there's not even a frickin' rhythm game to keep me warm at night.
There ain't shit. But thank God for the retro game of the week, the NooBTooB retro game of the week. Thanks to the feedback from our loyal NooBTooB army on the forums, we've been picking a golden oldie every week from the vaults that we play through and we chat about on the forums, and it keeps us alive in the desolate wasteland of the early part of the year.
Yeah, and this week we're covering Hotel Dusk, Room 215 for the Nintendo DS, as well as our retro game of the week, Sly 3, retro game of last week,
right.
Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. And new releases include Fusion Frenzy 2, Battle Station Midway on the 360, and a little RPG called Rogue Galaxy on the PS2.
Getting a lot of hype.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Sonic the Hedgehog on PS3. But nobody cares!
As always, we'll finish up our weekly culture section, but let's get started with Hotel Dusk on the DS by a little company called Sing. Kind of like...
Wait. It's called what?
Sing! Okay, I gotta get a drink first. Hotel Dusk. It's from a company that did a bunch of Japanese games. They haven't actually done anything really super popular that I can tell.
I wish we had like a little time machine so we could go back to last week when you and I were like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
We were like looking so forward to this game.
This game could be so fun.
You know, there was that little bit of time when you were like, yeah, I don't know, I think it's going to be one of those readers.
Right.
Oh, how little did we
bit.
expect. So yeah, Hotel Dusk, it is a point-and-click adventure on the DS, which is kind of a resurgence of the theme.
Yeah. And
I must say, I think our little portend that we had earlier was right.
Calling it
an
adventure is very generous.
Yeah, I think so.
Because first, let's say 10 minutes of the game.
Adventure usually involves some sort of excitement, right?
Yeah. So the story is actually, what the fuck is the story?
So the story is like you are some cop and you had a partner and somehow you either shot the partner or the partner dies. I haven't figured that out. You get disgraced, you turn into a traveling salesman.
Right. Going
door to door to various hotels, theoretically.
Yeah.
And then you go to a hotel and you find a special room which grants wishes.
Yeah. So the biggest flaw in readers on any platform is when they don't let you change the reading speed.
God, that pissed me off.
I read really fast. I read a lot of books. I read really fast. But I mean, this isn't
you
even...
Can
read? Yes. So the text scrolls at a set speed. You can't tap it and have it finish the sentence. Mm-mm. You can't tap it or push a button or have it skip ahead. And
there's no speed setting either in the options.
And you go in the options. There's no speed setting. So I mean, I don't even know what the rest of this game was like because there's a wall between me and this game where it's like I played for 30, 40 minutes.
And that was enough.
And it was enough because... I mean, there was one puzzle in the first 40 minutes of the game.
And it was a puzzle. Like, it was literally, you walk up to this little girl who's working on a jigsaw puzzle, and it's like a 16-piece jigsaw puzzle that's 3/4 done. Yeah,
like,
you have
can
maybe
you put these 4 pieces
that
in?
you rotate with your little stylus and... Yeah.
Terrible.
So I mean, my main problem with this game is that you're right. It's a reader, and if it was like you could read it faster, you could hit the button, it wouldn't have been so bad because the story was somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think I played maybe 2.5 hours, and I played the game maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the first hour was just walking and just clicking through different dialogue trees over and over and over again.
Yep.
And then you get to the puzzle, and it's like, this is what I did this game for.
But here's the thing: is like the interface was a little bit clunky to begin with, where it was clever. It's like you've got a 2D map on the right side, and then you've got a 3D on the left side. So you look on the left side, and that's what you see. But the thing is they made everything kind of interactive. So every table, every plant, every whatever, you could walk up to it and a little magnifying glass comes up and it's like, you can do something here. And I shit you not, you click on it and there'll be like the lamp, and the lamp's clickable, and you click on it and he's like, I've got a lamp like this at home.
That's all he says. Is there something cool underneath it?
No.
Is it have anything to do with, can you actually use an item in your inventory on it?
So I was seriously playing this game. Like, my girlfriend was sitting next to me on the couch, like knitting or something. I was sitting there playing the game, and I get to that part where I like click on the lamp, and I'm like, "Fuck you!" I was genuinely offended. And she's like, "What?" It's like, no.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's a couple of different puzzle elements that I thought were halfway interesting, right? But again, it's like, come on, if you saw this in a game that you would play on your computer or on a normal console, you'd be like, give me a break.
Yeah.
You have to find stickers, and each sticker has like plus 20 or minus 32 or something like that. And eventually you find enough of these stickers, and you go to the vending machine. You plug in the result, and I guess you get something special. And it makes you want to go and search every little hot point and do that. But I got so bored.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the extent of the interesting puzzles.
Yep.
I don't know.
So I think that's pretty much it.
Well, no, I mean, what's hilarious is that you have all these people giving it huge buzz.
That is the
weird
thing.
Missing? What are we missing?
I don't know about that. I mean, neither one of us have had to go on a long trip, so maybe. But I mean, honestly, that's not it though.
I wouldn't do it.
If there was something where the story I could read as fast as I wanted to, or the few puzzles that I'd done were compelling, one of those two things would have kept me going long enough. But when it's shitty, slow reading speed where I spend hours reading things at 1/4 the speed that I should be reading them, and the puzzles aren't any fun, then fuck it, I'm done. That game sucks.
Yeah, well, I can understand if you look at just from the art perspective, right? If you look in the art design and all that, it's interesting.
Sure.
It's kind of cool. They used a lot of these hand-drawn things with paper, and they kind of did this wacky, kind of Dr. Katzy animation.
Doesn't make it fun.
No. The gameplay itself is really terrible, so I don't understand why people are having a boner over this game.
No. So,
Hotel Dusk. Yeah.
Hotel Dusk, 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, it's about as much fun as Touch Detective, if you guys ever played that. That was a boring-ass game, too.
Crap.
Yeah. Garbage.
Yep. So, that was the new release of last week.
So we have our retro game, at least.
Retro game, so bring it. So, oh, dear. But, so we've got... Anyway, we played Sly Cooper 3 last week.
Yeah.
And,
Sly Cooper 3, Honor Among Thieves, the third in the series.
Right.
For the PS2. And, I must say, it was kind of fun.
It was. It's a good old-school adventure game. There's, so the story is you are a thief, and you have to gather this group of other thieves that have, varied abilities. There's the Aqua Dude, the explosives expert. There's, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of different facets of this. I mean, I came into this game playing the very first one.
Yeah.
And I love the first one. I remember Sly Cooper 1 being one of the best platformers I played on PS2. And I loved it. But when I come into this one's slightly different. They try to do kind of this open world aspect where instead of, you had that whole Crash Bandicoot, okay, you start in the middle, you pick a door, and that's a level.
Yeah.
Now here, it's the entire thing's a level, and you go to an interesting point, I guess a point of interest, where there's a little icon will pop up. You go there, and it's like, oh, okay, now you have to go steal from this people, or you have to go run this race, or you have to do something special. So I don't know if that worked for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. I mean, how much did you get to play? You played it before, didn't you? Or
yeah. Actually, I've played. I think I played 1 and 2 before. When I was playing this, it didn't seem familiar. So I don't think that I've ever played 3 before. So I was playing. I had kind of the same experience where I was like, oh, this. Adventure games tend to be a little bit more linear on purpose, where it's like you've got. A lot of times they'll do an open world where it's you can go to different planets, or they're kind of all encompassing. And what's nice about those is you'll fly to a different zone or a different planet, and it'll be like, you've collected 8 of 30 keys, you've collected 5 of 50 stones.
Yeah, totally.
And it kind of makes it more of an experience where you're like, okay, I'm working through this, and I have to get this to do this. And this open world thing felt kind of weird because you'd go back to the interface, and there'd be like 2 dudes sitting in a room.
Yeah.
And you're like, you go to this guy, and you're like, play this guy's adventure, but you've already played it, or play this guy's adventure. He's got a new adventure.
A job to do.
It wasn't as polished as I would like it to be.
I can definitely see a lot of potential with this concept, but when all you're doing is saying, okay, at any point in time, one of the guys in your team has maybe 2 jobs to do, you just have to go to a different part of the map to start it, it's like, it just doesn't do it for me, you know what I mean?
Like you and I both discussed a little bit before on the forums during the week, is the game's not that hard.
No, it's really easy.
And I do,
I loved easy games though.
I like games that aren't stupid hard.
Okay.
You know, there's things where it's like when I try and beat a boss 50 times, then I just put the controller down.
But you want to...
But I don't want to beat every boss in the first try. You know, so this game, I mean, I played, for what I played through this week, there wasn't a single time where I had to redo anything. I was just like, okay, I did that, okay, I did that.
I had to redo some of the driving maps where you have to jump over stuff.
Yeah,
and that's maybe like
ones.
Twice.
Yeah.
Before I figured out the concept. But yeah, I must say that the difficulty level of this game is almost so much that I don't really feel the need to go back and finish it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't give me that sense of accomplishment. It gets me the sense of, okay, I've spent 1 hour with this game.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, they did a lot of stuff. They shoved 3D into this game.
Yeah.
So you actually comes with some, blue and red 3D glasses, and it didn't do anything for me. Did you try it?
No.
I put them on, and I had no sense of depth.
Yeah.
And I took them off and put them on.
Work.
It's like,
that stuff doesn't work.
Maybe if they did the one with the shutters.
Yeah.
You've seen those where it like kind of goes back and forth. Yeah. But
so I guess what I would say at the end of the day was when I was playing this, I was very aware that I wasn't playing a better game. And that's what it all came down to, because I know this genre very well. This is my favorite.
Platforming is your...
Platforming is my world. Like, I love these games so much, and I love the Ratchet and Clank games. I love the Beyond Good and Evil. I love the Psychonauts. I mean, these are games that we're going to be playing, and we can kind of compare them as we go through the retro games. And I've played all of them before in the past, and it really feels to me like Sly's coming in kind of the bottom of the heap. I mean, like you said, the first one was better, but even still, it's like, this franchise doesn't grab me like the other ones do as much.
Well, it's hard to say, because I mean, if you need to compare the first one of Sly Cooper, then you need to compare that against the first one of, say, Ratchet, or the first one of this.
That's true.
Right, and as far as from what I remember of playing the first one, it was a lot of fun. It was hard. You could do the whole thing where you're collecting various things in different levels, and it had that good feel. Maybe
I should go back and play the first one again.
Yeah, I think we should look at it at least. But I agree with you. When I was playing the game, it kept on making me want to go like, man, I could be playing Ratchet 3.
Yeah. But, I mean, not to be too negative, this is a fun game.
Yeah.
And it's fun, and it's polished, and it's not one of those games where you're like, oh, this is crappy, this is crappy, this is crappy. It's just like, well, this is okay.
It's not as... Yeah, you're playing it, it's like, it's not as good as the best of the genre on PS2.
Exactly. But, I mean, if you're looking for a game to buy your kid, he's beaten all the other games.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
And $20, you can't complain about that.
Exactly. So... it is a good platformer. It's not a great platformer.
No, definitely not. I don't know if I'll continue playing it, but we'll see what happens.
But speaking of great platformers... The next week's retro game.
Oh yeah, we got that a little later. It's going to be very, very cool. So we definitely we'll talk about that.
We will talk about that. So the last game, just to mention briefly, is Gunster. So we had on our forums, who was it?
I think it was
Kinkaze.
Sloth. Kinkaze?
Kinkaze.
The original thing is Sloth was saying, okay, well, he's not going to have any money because he's going to buy a 360, which is like damn good.
Word.
And he wants to play a bunch of free online games, and a bunch of people recommended a bunch of different ones, and I think Gunster came up like 2 or 3 times.
So everybody was kind of going through and recommending different online games, and I tried out a couple of them. Gunster was an interesting one because it looked very polished, it looked very Metal Sluggy, and I went to download it, and Metal Sluggy. I went to download it, and first thing I'll say is everybody in the forums had a huge trouble installing it. I didn't. Like, I just installed it, I followed the directions, I loaded up in Internet Explorer it told me to.
The thing is, so the weird thing about this game is it's made by a company called Ijji, I-J-J-I, and they do something weird where you download an executable, but to actually play the game you have to click on a button within a web page, and only in Windows Explorer, or Internet Explorer, which is kind of weird. But
they're probably using some API that Windows distributed that it makes,
Still, though.
I'm just saying. I understand what happened.
Sure.
There's probably some framework that makes this development easy. But so anyway, I downloaded it, I played it. It is kind of cool. So it's a Metal Slug-ish game. There's a bunch of little training things where you go and you get a whole bunch of different weapons, and but the cool thing is there is multiplayer. So there'll be these missions, and I played 1 or 2 of them where you actually have to earn your way into multiplayer, which I really like, where you don't get a bunch of dumbasses that are just like, I just installed this game and, which is the fire button. So they make you play through like 6 missions to prove that you've got,
you have
your shit together.
You can play.
Basically 3 brain cells bouncing around your head. Then they're like, okay, you've earned the right for online play. So then you go in and there's these missions where you can actually...
How long does it take to play the first few, though? Not too long?
Probably 20 minutes.
Okay, that's good,
and then you get into the online game, and then you can hop in with random strangers and then finish quests. So that part is really cool. The gameplay doesn't feel all that polished. Like, I'm a little bit spoiled by the caliber of things that have hit like Xbox 360.
So is it kind of like
arcade.
a 2D platformer type thing? Yeah. Okay. So you're kind of jumping up on different platforms, going to people, talking to them.
Not really talking to them, just shooting the crap out of them. It's not a platform. It's Metal Slug.
Okay.
Where Metal Slug is just side-scrolling, 2D side-scrolling, just shoot the crap out of stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then there's like the grenades and different kind of weapons.
Yeah. That's from what I've been looking at. It didn't seem like it would be a game that had a lot of depth. But
hey, it's free.
It's free. Yeah.
It's free, and if you're bored, give it a shot. They've got a couple different kinds of games on that EG site, and they're all free, and they've got a nice little built-in online component. They probably won't be around that long because the advertising model doesn't work.
We'll see how it works. Yeah. Did you actually see any ads while you're playing?
No, they're not in the game. They're all on the website.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So then, that's why they make you go to the website to play the game.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't even notice the ads. Like, it wasn't like they're like, you have to watch this 30-second ad to play the game. It was just like banners, just like on the other site. So
weird.
The fact that it was unobtrusive makes me think that.
Don't they have anything where you're kind of paying for stuff in the game or?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
One of my favorite free online games that I remember playing, and I probably should have mentioned it, was Puzzle Pirates. I like that one a lot, actually. And I think they've grown. I think it's 3 Rings or something like that built it, and they either expanded it or built another game which is supposed to be good. So we should go revisit that again. Yeah. Because the puzzle games were fun.
It was pretty cool.
Tetris.
It was really repetitive, though. I mean, that was the thing that got me out. Like Puzzle Pirates, I played for about a week, a couple of years ago when it came out.
Yeah.
And then these people just got fucking obsessed. Like, they're just, people would be like, I'm level 8 billion in Puzzle Pirates. And, I would be reading people's blogs, and they're like, yeah, I got home from work and I played 4 hours of Puzzle Pirates and went to bed. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, it's just, it's like Dr. Mario or Tetris or something.
People get into that, though, right? I mean, if you look at all the people, it's like, I come home and I play solitaire for 2 hours. People still do that.
That's true. They have, it's been widely reported that the biggest game in America is Solitaire, Minesweeper. Solitaire or Minesweeper, where it's just...
And you can't say, you can't. I mean, people are happy doing it.
People love it.
Whatever.
The other honorable mention is Misery noted, and I've played.
Yeah. So
Kingdom of Loathing is awesome. It's this online.
What the hell is up with that game?
Just super ghetto kind of. It basically, if you guys ever used to call bulletin boards back in the day, it's a very BBS like. It's kind of like a door game back then where you get a couple turns a day, but the cool thing is it's all done really well and really ghetto at the same time, where the mechanics, and people spend a lot of time on this site making it work really well, but everything is just these hand-drawn little, here's a little mountain, and it's just like a hand-drawn mountain, so you're adventuring, and you're fighting all these, you're a stick figure, and your weapons are just little sticks.
Well, I love the different character classes they have, like the seal clubber, the accordion thief. Yeah, it's just... Yeah. It's very very interesting kind of surreal humor, which is something that looks really cool.
And they're very aware of the RPG mechanics, and they're just like, within these mechanics that every RPG has, we're just going to fuck around with it. And it's just like, you can get drunk, and you can, go around and kill stupid enemies. There's ninjas and snowmen, and
you can pick up fat loot, extreme mittens,
and the meatloaf helmet.
I want to give this a try. It looks actually kind of like a lot of fun.
And the thing is you can actually, you have an account on there, and you can send messages to other people and run into other people and stuff. So we could actually get some NooBTooB-ish, everybody comparing their levels.
Free, right?
Oh, totally free.
Awesome.
No ads even, which is I don't understand.
Well, it doesn't look like there's that much production. Content
just saying,
in there,
they spent a lot of time on that.
Wow.
Anyway, look at that. Right now, there are 1,200 people logged in and playing that game.
Holy crap. So we'll give it a try, yeah. We'll post up some stuff in the forums, and go sign up, and we'll try to schedule times to play. I mean, this is more like you don't play together, you're just sending messages.
Yeah, it's just like door games. Just like BBS games back in the day.
I love me some BBS.
That's that. What's next? That is our games we've been playing section. Next up is new releases.
New releases. So as we said before, it is a gaming doldrum blizzard of nothing coming out. So the first game up is a game I think all PSV owners were dying to get. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So we played Sonic the Hedgehog demo on 360, and my God, that's
I got the full game. I rented the full game because I have the one out plan from Blockbuster.
Did you even get it for the points? Could you?
Sure, I got it for the points, and I couldn't get any because it was so bad that I seriously played for half an hour. I'm like, points aren't worth it. This game is such a steaming pile of shit that it's not even worth it for
There are videos on YouTube on how bad this game is as far as loading times. You walk up to some guy and you wait a minute. and then you see a screen, and then you hit next, and then you wait a minute, then you hit another screen, and then you play for a couple of seconds.
This game's garbage.
Yes, absolute garbage, and I'm glad that the PS3 can experience it as well.
Finally, it's on every platform. They spent more time porting than developing.
Well,
awesome.
Dude, so I'm actually kind of scared about the Wii Sonic game. So it's going to be a totally different game. It's not a port, but it's called Sonic 3 Rings or Sonic something like that.
Yeah.
On the Wii?
Yeah, why not?
I hope it's good. I'm just scared because this game is such garbage.
Yeah. Is it the same studio?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It could be good. Honestly, to be honest, I would never had a Genesis. I never was that into Sonic as a kid. I was more of a Nintendo.
The original Sonics were a lot of fun.
I've heard that.
Yeah, they were really good. Even the Dreamcast was a lot of fun. So,
yeah, I never had that either. I was all Nintendo until I got my PlayStation.
Yeah, but the actual Sonic the Hedgehog name by itself, without any special things, if you play it on every platform, it's going to suck on every single platform.
Yeah.
Sure, we have that.
So
we got Fusion Frenzy 2. 360.
Yep. So Fusion Frenzy 2 is a party game. A lot of little mini games. I actually never played Fusion Frenzy 1, but you did, right?
I played Fusion Frenzy 1. It was the best. Actually, sorry, it's the Bill Gates' favorite game on the Xbox.
I don't know. What does that mean? Does that mean
he played it
good?
with his kids. No, it's not good. It's just one that he had on the Xbox. And it's the thing I don't really like about this game at all is the fact that it's kind of that weird soulless futuristic world. So they did a lot of character designs on it, but everybody's like, okay, I am a spiky-haired woman.
Yeah.
I am kind of the cool guy with goggles or ski goggles on, that kind of stuff. And all the the party games are really kind of fun for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like Mario Party.
Yeah,
Mario Party was crap.
Well, it's fun if you have a lot of people.
I don't think so.
Well, So I think this is going to be kind of the same sort of deal. We will give it a try. I think there's online. So if it's at Blockbuster and we can both get it, we'll give it a try. But we're not going to kill ourselves trying to get it.
Co-op.
Yeah, but
I know it's gonna
we'll see.
So yeah, we'll probably both rent it at the same time. We'll tell you guys about it when we rent it in the future. But
yeah, we're not going to get it at launch. But then if you guys get this, you're going to be watching this on Wednesday. Check out your local rental places on Friday because that's when they usually get the new games.
Yes, we can do some NooBTooB online Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah, one that we're actually slightly more excited about is Battle Stations Midway. Not excited, but we might have a chance to actually play it.
Yeah.
So Battle Station Midway is a new game coming out on the 360, and it's kind of I don't really know that much about it, except you got to play as Japanese.
Yeah, and you apparently can go and gather. It's kind of like you're gathering your fleets, and you kind of I think that it's kind of like an RTS.
Well, I don't quite understand because there were some parts where it looks like you were flying the planes too, and you're also playing the boats. So it's some sort of war game involving the Pacific theater of World War II, which for the sake of it, they haven't really overdone like Europe yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you think about it, right?
That's true.
All the World War II
games
games
are always Europe.
Yeah, it's always fighting Nazis. Now here you get to fight the
So there's
Japanese.
a free demo on 360, so we should probably download it and give it a shot and see if we want to get the full game.
We'll give that a try, and that's coming out on the 30th, which is Tuesday.
Yes, and then there's Rogue Galaxy.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about this game, but I've heard bad things too.
So I actually haven't read any reviews of it. I was kind of keeping my mind fresh because it is by the guys that made Dragon Quest VIII, which I loved. I loved it. It was really.
Did you finish it?
No.
Because that's a long.
I played like 60 hours though. Yeah, I played a lot.
Game.
And I was kind of. I think that I was playing it right around when I moved to my new place, which is why I kind of lost track. But Bates beat it. Our buddy John Bates.
Yeah, he's
beat
insane though.
Yeah. So Rogue Galaxy is by the guys that made that. It's like a futuristic sci-fi RPG, which you've already got me with. The guys that made Dragon Quest plus sci-fi. They've got a couple of marks in their favor, so I'm hoping that it's pretty good. I'm going to definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, you're probably going to try to rent it though.
Yeah, probably
rent it. Right? Yeah. So I've been hearing a lot of good and bad things about it. People are really excited the fact that it is a Japanese-style RPG set in the future. They're really good about the pedigree of this because it's level 5. They did the Dragon Quest VIII. They did a couple of other pretty big games. I don't think they did Dragon Quest Heroes though. Dragon Quest Rocket Slime. I think another company did that.
Those guys are awesome. Whoever did that, I trust them.
Actually, I think it would have been that Toze that we were going to talk about.
Oh, cool.
But so you have the Rogue Galaxy, and it's kind of set. But a lot of people are saying that the story's kind of lame. It's the combat system's kind of lame. So we'll see.
I'll give it a shot, and we'll report back on NooBTooB.
Hell yeah! So going next is trailers. So
So we got a bunch of shit from people that have been watching the video version of NooBTooB, and they're like, why don't you include trailers in here?
Why don't you do
blah, blah, blah.
screenshots? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? So, hey, we're going to actually try it this time.
Yep, we're going to give it a shot. So we're not going to do anything that's exclusive to the audio-only viewers.
No.
We're just going to include some footage of Monster Madness, which is coming out in, April?
Coming out in mid-April. It's the game that we talked about before that's a spiritual successor to basically Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So it's playing right now on the screen, hopefully, as you can tell, and we'll be talking about the thing. So, I mean, what does it look like, dude? I think it looks freaking amazing.
It looks cool. It's a 3D world. You're running around just beating the crap out of everything, and it's very cartoony and fun.
Yeah, it's kind of this weird isometric-y style view, which is the top-down, which I kind of like. But the fact that you're getting all these different types of weapons, and you're fighting all these cliches of sci-fi and horror.
Yeah.
Just looks a lot of fun.
It's very, very active. Like, it doesn't look like it's kind of a lot of times you'll have these online games where it's kind of, you feel like you're restricted, where if you're playing with a couple other people, you're playing in this like 2D sort of, you're stuck in a single place, and this is just a wide open world.
Oh, yeah, look, I mean, you even have like vehicles here. You're in some big swan boat killing pirate ships.
Yep, you can fire missiles.
And it looks also, I think you can actually get multiple players in the same vehicle. One person will shoot, one person will drive, and that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and another thing that's nice is a lot of times in multiplayer, they make it so that you and the other person you're playing with have to stay on the same screen. And it's very obvious that that's not true in this one.
Really?
Where, I mean, like, it looks...
the screen split.
No, I'm saying that they can wander off your screen.
Oh, yeah,
and keep playing
absolutely.
and then come back
except for the 4-player party mode when you're playing locally, but I think those are in arenas, not as part of the real game. But I mean, it's great. It looks like you could turn into like a werewolf and kill stuff. You can play. The 4-player co-op is going to be amazing. Yeah. As well as the party mode atmosphere and all the different stuff. It's just going to be awesome.
So what's really cool about this is that since it's going to be 4-player multiplayer, we're going to be able to. You and I will hop online when it comes out, and we will send out an invite on the forum for the first 2 people to hop in. And all 4 of us will play through this game together. It'll be like crazy NooBTooB Army multiplayer action.
I'm looking very forward to it. I'm also we're trying to talk to him, maybe get some interviews or things like that. But it is coming out in mid-April, so you got a bit of time to wait.
And Yuzo will be wetting himself in anticipation until that day.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Yes.
So, hey, we go to our culture topic. Next, we're done with our new releases.
Yep. Vista Gaming. So we have a Vista. We have an expert on our forums, Gwinster, who is actually a beta tester of Vista.
Yeah.
So he's been playing with the gaming aspect of Vista, and he gave us a full report on the forums. If you haven't read it, we've got a link in the show notes. You can go check it out. But what is awesome here, Vista apparently is going to have full gamertag integration.
Oh, dude, when they have so they're going to actually do achievement points for PC games.
Yes.
Now, if you've been listening to the episode for a long time, you know how much of a point whore Tobin and I are.
Yes.
And we do it on the 360 all the time, but now that you move it over to the PC realm,
out of control.
Oh, God.
Out of control. So, and it gets better.
Yeah.
It's not just, so you play through a game on your PC, you get achievement points on your Xbox profile. Yep. All of you poor people on the, poor as in unfortunate, not as in monetary. All you people that have been complaining on the forums, you're like, oh God, I wish I could get a 360, whatever. You don't have to. You can come play with us. You can send us messages. You can get achievements. You can talk about points on the forums on your PCs, which everybody already has.
Oh, yeah, and you know the best part of it, right? So Microsoft is going to be making a bunch of games or facilitating a lot of publishers to make games so that you can play PC players against 360 players.
At the same time.
Isn't that amazing?
That's ridiculous!
So the first one, this is kind of the funny, interesting part of it, is the first game that I think is going to be doing this is called Shadow... God damn it, what is it? Shadowrun.
Shadowrun.
So Shadowrun. So Shadowrun made a really great RPG style game on the SNES, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But this one is going to be more of an FPS in the line of Counter-Strike. But you're going to have...
Hopefully it's third person over the shoulder.
It isn't.
Fuck!
Dude, we can play on
the PC!
Oh, yeah. So I'm a little worried because you have people on the 360 playing with their controllers, and you have people on the PC playing with mouse keyboard.
Destroying them. So I know there's a battle, but I have always been on the PC side of the first-person shooter battle where you can't beat me with a controller when I've got a mouse. I'm going to destroy you.
For life.
So we're very curious about how they're going to cripple the PC users to bring them down to the level of the console users.
And that's what they say. So all the interviews I've read about the people developing Shadowrun and all that, they're saying that hey, look, we know that basically the PC people have an advantage.
Yeah.
So we're doing something.
So you have to play with one eye closed, I think
so,
is what they said. But I mean, are they really? I mean, they're going to have to do something where they lower our accuracy, where you're like dialed in, you're doing headshots on people, and like half the time it just misses.
Well, yeah, either that or improve the accuracy on 360. They do that to an extent
or, like,
right now with auto aiming.
Target,
exactly.
Maybe. Yeah, okay.
So I'm a little worried, and the other thing about Shadowrun a lot is the art direction is really ugly looking because they have this kind of magic plus technology thing, and it just doesn't mesh well. It never really meshed well, even if you look at the RPG.
Do you think they're going to port Gears of War to PC?
Ooh,
yeah.
Well, if you think about it, like Epic makes Unreal. Unreal's PC, so
that would be hot. So
yeah, I am really excited about that aspect of it. But you have the whole. So here's my big part of it. I really want to see the full Xbox Live integration. So what you do is you have your gamer tag, you have your friends list, so you know when. This is the thing, right? If you're playing PC games, you have to either IM people, you have to do something to find out, hey, are you playing right now? But right now, if I go to XboxLive.com, I can see anybody on my friends list, what game they're playing, and then send them a message saying, hey, you want to play this?
Exactly. So that is what it is. Is the hotness here is going to be drop in.
Yes.
Where I'm sitting there playing something on my 360, my buddy doesn't have a 360. I send out an invite. He's on his PC. I'm like, hey, dude, drop into this Gears of War game or whatever.
Yeah.
On his PC, he can drop in multiplayer co-op, boom, right there, different platforms. I mean, it's the dream, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, not to sound like too much of fanboys here, but you know, I'm sure that once
we're
it actually
gaming fanboys, and this experience itself is going to be absolutely amazing. Regardless of what platform it's going to be on, you have total integration between a PC platform and total integration between a console platform.
And think about having the Xbox Live action on a PC where you can start getting PC demos for free. You can start getting PC mini games for free, like $5 games in the PC, not just. I mean, if you integrate all the things that are awesome on the 360 onto the PC, you'll quadruple your market. I mean, there's a lot more PC gamers out there.
I'd be really excited about that because, like I mentioned to you before we started the show, is that the Xbox 360 controller wireless USB thing is coming out in a couple of weeks. So what you do is you just plug it in, and then you can use your normal 360 controllers on your PC.
Yeah.
So if they start adding stuff like Geometry Wars and all the other different games, I mean, it's just going to be perfect, right?
Do we know if they're going to have this at launch?
What?
Like when Vista comes out, like, isn't it? I mean, Vista's like next week, isn't it, or something?
It's tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I started Tuesday.
So it's yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday. If
when you're watching this, Vista's already out. So I mean, do we know like day one? If I went and bought Vista tomorrow, can I plug in?
Well,
and
the thing is, there's not going to be any games for Windows that probably have all this stuff integrated yet.
Yeah,
so
but I mean, can I log in with my gamer tag on Vista?
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll give it a try. We'll. I don't know when we'll upgrade to Vista just yet, but this is very compelling.
Yeah.
If this actually works and they make it so that I don't know, Supreme Commander has achievements, I will upgrade to Vista.
Yeah.
That day.
And then once there's a game I give a shit about, I'll do that too. It's not an RTS. I don't know.
Dude, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But Crysis, I think, is probably going to be the main one, right?
I will have such a hard time not upgrading for Crysis.
Yeah, no, it's going to be tough. We already talked about the whole upgrading. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be so exciting. I mean, I wasn't really excited about a lot of the Vista stuff, but the gaming aspect of it.
This is hot. And that is that.
Yeah,
so our second item is the NES auction.
Oh, wow.
There is this auction. There's a link to it on the show notes.
Yeah, 670 Nintendo Entertainment System games, every single one released.
Yep. Every NES ROM ever. So part of me says, wow, this is really cool. The other part of me says Nesticle is free.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
But dude, having like every single physical cartridge, that's pretty...
Why?
Pretty pimp.
Why? Who's
if
that
you had
going
a
to
display case, it'd impress you if I had it.
Okay, it would. That's true. I'd be like, wow, that's really cool. Do you ever play those? You're like, no, I paid so much for them, I can't.
Well, speaking of paying for so much, this auction has 4 days left, and it's now at $24,500.
$24,000. I mean, do you think that there's like a couple things in there that are so rare that they're the reason that it costs so much?
Yeah, well, definitely so, because there's some games in this that there's only 1 or 2, and he also has not, in addition to the 670, he has unreleased games.
Whoa.
And he has accessories. So he has a bunch of controllers. He has a Power Glove. He has Rob the Robot.
Wow.
Dude, I sold my I'm so pissed. I sold my original NES system with the robot, the light gun, and the thing for like, I don't know, $50 to a friend.
Wow.
When I got into high school.
I don't know. I don't honestly have that much of a pack rat instinct when
neither
it comes
do
to
I,
this console stuff. Because it's
cool.
like, if you had Robbie the Robot, what would you do? It'd be sitting in your closet.
It'd be on my desk.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's
hooked into USB to my laptop. I'd be like, I want my salt shaker. I'd be
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, some of the games on here, I'm looking, it's like, I'd like to play Gremlins 2 again. Maybe.
I'd like to play Boy and His Blob again.
Oh, that's a fun one.
But you know what? If I want to play it, I'll go download the game. I don't need. Oh my god. Who gives a shit about physical media?
Well, dude, there's a lot of people out there that do. That's the whole thing. Right?
I know. I don't understand the collector's instinct. I never have. I don't collect coins or watches or stamps or old games.
You know, the thing is, I'm all about the gameplay anyways, and if I look back on all the old Nintendo games, there aren't many that I'd play more than a few minutes. Maybe SNES games, yeah. There's actually some games out there that are still pretty damn fun, like Chrono Trigger, some of the other RPGs. Even the Final Fantasy are still kind of fun, right? Rampage, sure. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah,
probably playing later. But yeah, I mean, just actually having it just to have it.
But anyway, it's awesome. The fact that like not for us, but the fact that this is going for $24,000 with 3 days left is hilarious for gaming in general. Like it's actually gotten to the point where we've got like the Ark of the Covenant of games, it's just
you open it up and all these you're like
his face just melts out. Look away, Miriam!
Look away! Yeah, that would be awesome. Our Ark of the Covenant of gaming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You should probably put actually you know what would happen? You put all the really crappy NES, like E.T. would be in there. All the Burger King games would be in there. Oh yes, that would be awesome.
But, that'd be so mean.
It would burn your eyes out.
Yes.
So, speaking of old games, we're going to be doing the Retro Gaming Club yet again.
Yes.
And the vote is in.
The vote is in. We had the poll running all last week. There was a whole bunch of action on the thread, people suggesting games, people voting on games. The winner is Psychonauts.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, it was like Beyond Good and Evil and Psychonauts neck and neck for a long time. Like, 3 votes each, right?
I have a shrine at home to Tim Schafer. There's just like a bunch of little. There's a bunch of little candles, and then there's like.
Is there like a little Manny Calaveras?
There's like Maniac Mansion. And there's Manny Calavera, and then there's like
That's awesome.
Oh god damn it!
Tim Schafer is a freaking genius.
Yes. So he did Psychonauts. It came and went. Nobody bought it.
Well, it's because of Majesco's fault.
I wanted to kill every gamer that didn't purchase this game, and we are going to drum up interest. And so one really cool thing, Psychonauts, it's a platformer adventure game. It's got the most creative art direction probably I've ever seen on a platformer game.
Yeah, and we bitch about story all the time, and the story in this game is awesome.
Dead on.
And the dialogue is hilarious.
Yes, and the thing that I'd like to mention is it is available everywhere. You can get it on the PS2, you can get it on the Xbox, you can get it on Steam. So if you are a PC user, and you don't have any of the platforms we're talking about, I don't know how you don't have a PS2 because everybody does, but say you don't. You can go download Psychonauts for $20 from Steam.
Hell yeah, and I think you could probably find it a lot cheaper if you got the Xbox or the PS2 version from a used game store or anything like that. And what's kind of sucks is the only way that Tim Schafer is going to get money is if you buy it through Steam. So if you had a choice, try to do it that way.
Yeah,
that's probably what we'll do. So.
I really want Tim Schafer to keep making games, and I feel bad for the guy. He just keeps getting crapped on because his games are like, they come out and they're like the best. Well, if you look, all of the actually we've talked about this before.
Grim Fandango, I don't think did very well either.
Probably not.
I know,
probably not.
It's unfortunate.
But if you go look, all the gaming media, every list of the year was just like best game of the year, Psychonauts, and I was why didn't you people buy it?
It's one of the critically lauded but commercially a dead end. And I think the big part of it was Majesco. Everybody says Majesco really dropped the ball. They didn't publicize it, they didn't push it, and they screwed the pooch.
Yeah, and if you listen to interviews with Tim Schafer, he sounds all sad. He's like, well, I think we must have made a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have had the lead character be so young. People didn't identify with him. It's like, that's not it.
No.
I play as, in Ratchet and Clank, I'm like a raccoon.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have been an animal. I don't know.
I'm playing as a furry, for fuck's sake. Like one of the world's most despised sexual niches. You're playing as a furry with a wrench.
Yes.
And a pet robot. Like none of us identify with that, and it's like whatever. Yeah. So this is it. So we will have a very active forum thread. Hop on, grab Psychonauts on any platform.
The forum thread should be up by Monday, so a couple of days before you actually get this. You already know it's our game, so go get it as soon as you can.
Yes.
And what we'll also do is since we had the votes already, we're going to make the next week's game after that Beyond Good and Evil, since it got the second place.
Right.
So if you want to start getting it, because it's going to be hard to get, right? So you actually have to find it. So look out for it. Look in your used game sections. Look in online, like on eBay, whatever you can do.
If you go on Amazon, a lot of times these games in the marketplace, they'll have like a game for like $3 or $4.
Oh yeah, other sellers or whatever. Yeah. Totally.
So if you want to plan ahead. A week from now, our retro game will be Beyond Good and Evil, which is probably my favorite PlayStation 2 game of all time.
I really want to play it. I've been hearing so much good stuff about it.
Awesome. So this is what we do when there's no good new games out. We enlighten you.
Hell yeah.
We bring you games that you may have not played in the past.
Well, the big concept of what I think we really want to do with the Retro Gaming Club, so some people actually took us to task on the forum saying, like,
this isn't really retro.
I don't think this is retro, blah, blah, blah. You should be playing frickin', Space Invaders. And I'm like, look, this is a game that hasn't come out basically within the past year, and it's a game that people have missed. It's more like a book club.
Yeah, exactly.
You take a look at a different game, and you're just like, people should have played this game if you haven't, or you should revisit it if you haven't played it in a long time. Yeah. It's like a classics of literature, but it's a classics of freaking gaming.
I mean, when Psychonauts won the retro game contest, I was like, fair enough. This game is like probably 3 years old.
At least. Sly Cooper maybe
was a couple years
older.
Ago. Yeah. Psychonauts is not but it's a game. I mean, the attention span of gamers is very short. So a retro game is basically anything over a year old that people loved and a lot of people may have missed, and we're looking for things to play.
I want to play Shadow of the Colossus. I want to put that up for vote. I want to play Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
There's going to be a number of games out there that fine. Prince of Persia even, that could be a good classic.
Yep.
These are just going to be games that are touchstones of the console period of when they were good, and we should just keep on playing those. So
and then in the next couple of weeks, as real games start to ramp up, we will be back.
Next couple of months, dude.
Yeah, good point. All right, so March.
You know what February has right now?
Dude, seriously, Rogue Galaxy might be awesome.
Yeah. Well, you'll play it.
I will play it, and we'll
find out.
Let you know.
But if you look at this month, there's not much, and next month, all we really have is Crackdown and DD Heart Universe.
God damn it. Why have you forsaken us?
They shoved everything in November. It's unfortunate. Yeah. So that would be that, and we have listener homework this week. Woo! Since we talked about Vista.
Yeah. So we just said our listener homework is, when are you going to upgrade to Vista and why?
Yep. Go to our forums right now, and after you listen to this episode, and give us an explanation, because people kind of push each other, which we really like. And if you give a compelling reason to get Vista tomorrow on the 30th, then maybe you might do it.
Yeah.
From right now, Gwenster alone has made me probably think about getting Vista before Christmas.
Yeah, thanks, Gwenster. That was a really good. He gave us a whole bunch of background info. He came in and he let out a couple pages of really well informed insider info on what it's like to beta test Vista. So come on over to the forums. We got a whole bunch of activity going on. We've been rejiggering the forums to get some, there's gaming areas, off-topic areas. Yep. We're really trying to tune it up and make it a good place to go for, both just kind of, whatever you want to talk about, sort of action in the non-gaming areas, and really serious good gamer discussion in the gamer areas.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really threads last week that we had that you just came, like the Gwenster thread, a couple other ones. So if you guys keep on posting the really cool, compelling threads, we'll talk about it on NooBTooB and try to get the whole discussion going.
Yeah, because we're at NooBTooB, we're not so much. I mean, we're interested in our podcast, we're interested in getting the word out there, but what we're really interested in is building a community. We want cool gamers. We want people we can play games with online. We want people we can talk to on the forums. We want the NooBTooB army to just grow and grow, and we want it to be high quality people like we've found so far.
Hell yeah. I mean, we've been getting some really great posters on the board, so keep it up, and we'll feature you on the show.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. So, all right, I think that's our show for the week.
That's it.
Check out our website at NooBTooB.com, and please send us feedback at feedback@NooBTooB.com, or click on the forums link, the red link at the top of the page.
Word.
And you can also leave us voicemail. Yeah, right. 1-888-233-8480, and if you leave a voicemail, you will be featured on our show.
Absolutely. And be sure to subscribe to our audio and video podcasts in iTunes right off the front page. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscription button right up there. So click on that, and that is all.
All right, that's all.
I am Tobin Kozaire.
And I am Yuzo Watanabe. And audio production is done by Range Strunk. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
We're out!